All right. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else. In the video I'm bringing you today, we are going to do a gear set review of the Unchained Aggressor set. Now, I am pretty damn excited about this set for PvP. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go into the reasoning why at the end, but let's dive into the set and what it does. But 2-piece max stamina, 3-piece stamina recovery, 4-piece weapon and spell damage, so it can be used for literally any class in the game. And then 5-piece, after breaking free, gain Major Berserk for 6 seconds, increasing your damage done by 25%. This effect can occur once every 16 seconds. So, obviously it's a long cooldown, but it is a major buff, and it is a very high damage buff. I've talked about it in the past, but, I've talked about how this, I wish people did more damage. I wish there was more damage in PvP. People are too tanky right now. They just gave us a set that basically says fuck you to very tanky individuals. Yes, it's only for 6 seconds, but if you're good at burst and on a few different classes, 6 seconds is enough time to CC break and get off a combination to completely destroy somebody's health bar. Now, why am I so excited about this set? Well, when you're fighting outnumbered, there's always like just a magnum shot spammer or a javelin spammer or just somebody attempting to CC you off cooldown, and it's just their entire goal to CC you and get you to die. Like that's their goals. Drain your resources. They can't really do damage, so they're just gonna fuck with you. Now you can use that against them, and when you're fighting outnumbered, this is just going to be a great turn and burn set. In the same way that Fury is great outnumbered, I think this set is going to be great outnumbered. It's going to be a lot of burst and a small burst window. Not every class is going to be able to utilize it. It depends on how you build your burst, but if you have a good burst combination, a 6-second window is enough time, theoretically, to get the combos off. Now, people are going to ask, this is 25% damage buff. How can we evaluate how much damage that actually is? And that's a good question, random person that asked that. That wasn't me. What I decided to do is I went on the PTS, or I went on the ESO build editor after I went on the PTS and I tested a little bit. PTS is a ghost town right now, so I'm not going to go into that. But you can, they don't have this set currently available on the build editor, Unchained Aggressor. But what you can do is you can pseudo build it. And so 4-piece Shield Breaker is the exact same as 4-piece Unchained Aggressor. It's max stamina, stamina recovery, and weapon damage. And then you just throw in a 5-piece. So you see I have Shield Breaker, and then I have just the 4-piece, and I threw in a random body set just so I get the max stamina bonus. And I gave myself the Major Berserk buff so that we can see how much damage it actually is. So you'll see I have Master's Bow, Nern Maul. We're going to compare D-Swing and Leap. And then we have infused weapon damage. This is this is essentially simulating Unchained Aggressor proc. So we got Major Berserk, we have Major Brutality. We do not have Minor Berserk, which we do have with the specific build. We also don't have Minor Brutality, but I just don't have those procced. And we have the weapon damage enchant proc on our back bar with Caustic Arrow for the Master's Bow. On this end, we're going to compare it to Shield Breaker. Now, you guys are going to look at this, and it's very similar to my current Stamina Dragon Knight build, where I'm running Shield Breaker and Spriggans. We did Shield Breaker and New Moon, so it's a very similar build. It's not that big of a deal, but the differences are we have 5-piece Shield Breaker, so we're getting the 6% damage bonus instead of the 25%. Same thing as before. We do not have Major Berserk for this set because it's Shield Breaker, so Major Brutality. No other buffs here except for the weapon damage enchant on the back bar. And we also have the Caustic Arrow buff. So it's the exact same thing. We're just simulating Unchained Aggressor versus Shield Breaker. Now, when we look at our tooltips, and I think I have continuous attack. Let me double check. But yes, this is with the continuous attack. So keep in mind that's why the tooltips are so high as well. But with this build, we have a 18,926 D-Swing with a 33,467 Take Flight, which obviously jumps a lot higher. Shield Breaker in New Moon is a ton of damage. We already know that. If we switch over to our pseudo Unchained Aggressor, we have a 21,291 D-Swing with a 37,651 leap. Now, if we added all of our buffs, this would shoot well over 40,000. We have a 45,000 leap with this. For a 6-second window, we hit really hard. How much harder, do you ask? good question, person that just randomly asked that to help me out with this video. 5-piece shield breaker gives us 18,926. This is our Unchained Aggressor, 21,291. For a 6-second window, we hit almost 12% harder with this build than we do with shield breaker. So 12% harder for 6 seconds if we take our pseudo shield breaker off, our pseudo Unchained Aggressor off, and we compare it. We have 18,178, and so we can go in and we can compare this. So we hit roughly 4% weaker than shield breaker without the proc, and we hit 12% harder with the proc. And so yes, we do miss out a little bit of damage. No, it's not all the time, but you guys know how much I love shield breaker. Unchained Aggressor for that 6-second window on some builds is going to give you so much potential just to completely delete a health bar. And it's already very consistent. Like the 2, 3, and 4 piece is fantastic. And so that's what I really like about the set, 2, 3, and 4 piece, that 5% just total buff damage. Now, does it have weaknesses? Yes, absolutely. You know, you're not always going to be able to get your burst off in that 6-second window. You're going to have to wait. Sometimes fights may be delayed, and you may not be able to get that burst off. You know, that's very well possible. But when you're looking at sets that proc defensively, you know, you look at Fury, you look at, you know, like defensively, like if you procced, you know, like a potion, you know, sometimes with Clever Alchemist and this set, I think this set rivals those sets. So I'm very, very excited about it. Shield Breaker is one of the harder hitting sets in the game. That's why I'm comparing it to it, just because, you know, we have the 2, 3, and 4 piece already. I've talked about Shield Breaker a lot on this channel. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about when I bring it up. But yeah, 11.7% harder than Shield Breaker for that 6-second window. So where do I see this fitting in? Literally any solo small scale outnumbered 1vx build or 2vx, whatever, could utilize this set. You're going to have people CCing you off cooldown anyways. You're going to have this proc. If you think about it, typically it's 2 to 3 CCs before your ultimate anyways. You know, you get CC'd and then you drop your ult, and then you get CC'd a few more times and you have to wait for your ult anyways. Like the way the current open world PvP meta is, you want to save that ult for the person you really need to nuke. And so you don't build your ultimate, you know, that quickly anyways. And so the cooldown, in my opinion, isn't that big of a deal. You know, how I'm looking at it, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And obviously this is going to need testing. You know, we're going to have to go run across 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-man groups and, you know, get shit on a lot and test some stuff and see if we actually like the bonus. But the damage is there. The damage potential to just delete health bars is there. It's doing a small part in eliminating the tanky meta that it currently is. Let us do damage. And so I'm pretty excited about it, obviously. You know, I'm very excited about the set. I think it's got a lot of potential. Yeah, we'll see if it gets adjusted or not. If it does get adjusted, I will come in and I will re-edit a video. Maybe I'll have to take this one down and say, you know, hey, this isn't the case anymore. But this is the way it currently is. 6 out of 16 seconds for this major capability to just shit on somebody's life and send them back to the respawn point is going to be fantastic. So let me know what you guys think about the set. Let me know, you know, if you're going to use it or not. I do think I'm definitely going to try this on literally probably just about everything. You know, just about every class in the game. I will probably be crafting a set of Unchained Aggressor, which I did mention, by the way. It is a crafted set. You have to craft it in Bruma. So you have to take over Bruma. It has to be owned by your specific faction, and then you go into the crafting station to craft it so that you can get in there and get it out. So very unique. There's going to be a lot of battles, I think, in Bruma over the set. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please provide in the section below. I know I was very quick with this. I know I don't have anybody to test. Like, I can't really test this in an outnumbered situation when, you know, the PTS is currently dead. So but yeah, this is the set. This is the set potential. It is a lot more damage than some of the highest damage sets in the game. So obviously, because it's Major Berserk, it doesn't impact your healing. So, you know, some people are going to go, you know, I'd rather run Fury. I'd rather do this stuff. But for that big buff in overall damage, that's greater than, you know, it's probably still 10% greater than Fury, you know. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's be crazy. We have time. We can put Fury on really quickly and just prove a point. But Fury is also one of those other really high damage sets. We're only going to front bar it because, we're not in the PvP environment, so we can absolutely see what Fury does. We will fully stack Fury, and keep in mind we have 20 stacks. All right. Okay. All right, so I messed up. Damage. So I definitely put this on the wrong thing, so please bear with me here. We are going to go back. Actually, no, we could just do it here. So Fury on the front bar, 21,968. Fury is very, very similar to what New Moon already gives. And so although we have 11.7, I said, with New Moon, if we had Fury on here, we're going to run Fury here, and we're going to do our pseudo buff. Yeah, it's not much of a damage difference. It says 21,968 versus, what did I say it was before? 21,920 something. So not a huge difference. So overall, like Fury, it gives you great healing. It procs defensively. It is a great set. I'm not taking anything away from Fury. I'm just stating that this is the new high damage set in the game. So Major Berserk is going to be fantastic for just doing a lot of damage. So that's now going to be the end of this video. If you guys have any questions or comments, please provide it in the section below. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.